Hello, welcome to another episode of the Hayes Hustle Podcast. It is me, your host, the trap trainer, Coach Hayes himself. Thank you for joining us. I would love if you would take the time to like, to share, to comment, and please subscribe. Enjoy this next episode. Thank you. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to another episode of the Hayes Hustle Podcast. Let me adjust this mic. It is me, your host, the trap trainer, Coach Hayes. It's Wednesday, so you know we're in Coach Will mode. Welcome to Wellness Wednesday, everybody. Hope you're having a fantastic week. Let's get over the hump today. It is hump day. Hump day. Time to work our ass off. Time to get over the hump. Wednesday, let's get popping. Gotta get rolling. Gotta get rolling today. It's Wednesday. Time to attack it. Don't dread it. Wednesday, let's go. My Wednesday's popping. My Wednesday's going. I've been getting the week rolling, man. Every week, I'm trying to make it really happen. I'm trying to make every week mean something. That's just really like, I'm trying not to have these empty weeks. Empty weeks is weeks I define as you go through the week and you really made nothing happen from the previous week. I didn't make some meeting turn into opportunity. I didn't make a conversation turn into a meeting, right? I didn't make a handshake turn into a conversation. If I don't transition one into another, then I'm unsuccessful. So I'm always trying to make the connection, because I feel like God's opening up these portals for me and these people I'm supposed to meet, and there's a reason I'm supposed to meet them. So when I meet them, I'm like, okay, let's explore why I'm, you know what I'm saying. It's tough. It's tough living on the cuff. You know what I mean? When you live like that, where I'm playing the cards as dealt. You know what I mean? Playing the cards as dealt. That's a whole different deal. I ain't trying to get nobody else's cards. I'm just playing the cards that's dealt to me. So it is going great though. It's going great. When you believe and when you have faith, it's a whole different deal. It's a whole different deal. Like the faith really takes a lot of the worry away from everything. Faith. It's Wellness Wednesday, talking about faith. Whenever you're talking about wellness and peace of mind, mental breakthroughs, mental toughness, mental development, whenever you're talking that, getting strong in that brain, then you're really working on mental wellness. Then you're working on your wellness. You got to find a way to stop worrying and start working on your mental. It's important. Everybody talk about it, but nobody stops and does anything about it. We got to stop and do something about it. That's what Wednesday is all about. Your midweek check-in with Coach Will. That's what's up. That's what we're doing today. I need a haircut bad. Yes, that's beside the point. Let's make sure that we're putting our mind first. It's the computer of everything. So if it's what's, programming you, sometime you have to accept that you need to continue to be programmed. Some of us need to be reprogrammed. Some of us just need to continue to be programmed. Sometimes you stopped at whatever your parents did. Sometimes some of our, our kids, we think that our parents can do one part, teachers can do one part, church can do one part. But what if a kid ain't getting all that stuff? What if a kid ain't going to church? What if the kid don't listen to his teacher? So now you got parents. Then you need somebody else to depend on. Again, Hayes Hustle Podcast. I want to be that other voice that they can listen to and go, oh, okay, I can, this is on my ears, I can hear this. I can't hear the nagging. But I can hear somebody just talking that free game, that real truth. He don't give a damn about my feelings. He don't know me. I ain't gonna take it personal. Real talk. Let's take care of that mental game. Let's start putting ourselves first. I think that's one of the hardest things to do. Understanding how to put yourself first. We've always been taught don't put ourselves first. And you do have to take care of everybody else. But I'm just talking about if your mind ain't right, you can't take care of nobody. You can't do it. You can't take care of yourself. You stop taking care of yourself. You know what I mean? Like the mind is the first thing you gotta take care of. And worrying sabotages the mind. Worrying sabotages the mind. Straight up. You gotta understand this. Okay, worrying is the. I got this crazy beep in the background that's killing me. I don't know if y'all can hear that, but it's a beep and it's all the way downstairs. I'm not going to do that right now. I'm gonna have to live with that. Levi, I'm gonna have to try to get that out if somehow y'all can hear that beep, but I can hear that beep. It's deep. It's deep in the house, and I'm not gonna stop recording to go and take care of this beep, but it is definitely bothering me. Okay. But again, hey, mental toughness. I'm gonna block it out because you are my number one priority. Midweek check-in. What's on your mind? What's on your mind you can't let go? What's on your mind that you're worrying about? You either work on it or stop worrying. You know what I mean? Like you're either gonna worry or you're gonna work on it. One of the two. Worrying will wreck you. So if you got something that you're worrying about, that you constantly worry about, you need to stop and attack it. Work on it. Instead of worrying, start working on it. Big advice from Coach Will. The more you worry, the more we avoid, the more we worry. And so many times we make up so much shit in our head about how things would go, how things might go, instead of working on it and seeing how things gonna go. You do that, I used to do that a lot. Where I would rationalize why not to do something because maybe this outcome would happen. We can imagine all these negative outcomes, but but most of the time we don't think about all the positive things that could happen. And the energy you bring to something, whether it is business, whether it's recruiting, whether it's a relationship, the energy you bring into it is everything. So you start thinking about the possibilities of what could happen, the positive possibilities of what could happen. You winning, you succeeding, you doing it right. So you bring in positive energy to whatever experience. Our mind is rigged up to think of the negative things. What might happen, the worst case scenarios. That's what your mind is rigged up to do. In order to be successful, you have to flip the script and literally always think about the positive things. So your energy, you're one with that positive energy. The world is here to break you. You know what I mean? Like channels like this, there's a lot of other positive channels out there are here to make you, to build you. Because it literally, the whole deal is set up to break you from the shit they got us eating, right? We're just now starting to find out all this shit is messing with our mind when you eat unclean food, when you eat processed food, like the real detrimental effects it has on our mind. And everybody's eating it. Everybody's eating it. And they got us food. We just now starting to find out. Eat real food. Eat whole foods, because that shit it lets you think clear. You get one with the food, you get one with your mind. This is just now like everybody's starting to understand this mainstream wise. The old heads always knew this, like old school, your grandmama and all them, they already knew, but every wave and new technology and every commercial telling you something else is bullshit. The world is literally trying to feed us BS. You start hearing about these forever chemicals, and they're in the toilet paper. Did you hear this? The forever chemicals now are in the toilet paper. So if what are you gonna do? Time to get a bidet. Time to start. I literally be jumping in the shower. Like I don't know what to do. You know what I mean? I don't know what else you gonna do. They rigged it up so they killing us at every stop. Whether it's the toilet paper, whether it's, now you don't supposed to be drinking this, you don't supposed to eat this kind of vegetable oil is supposed to be bad for you. All this type of stuff. They got people are cooking in vegetable oil, you eating these fries, cooking, everything is cooked, right? Like, you know what I mean? Like, they're just now letting us know, like, oh yeah, that stuff is horrible. Now, believe me, educated people been knowing. Only been having, peanut oil and olive oil and avocado oil and shit like that forever. But for the mainstream, they give you the cheapest. And then wonder why we got people roaming around with mental health problems and shit like that. So we don't have some people that's actually giving the real light on on what actually heals you. And the body heals itself. The mind heals itself. You just have to think about the right stuff. You just have to eat the right stuff. You just have to say the right things. You just have to read the right things. That's what wellness, getting your wellness together, is doing those things. If you want to get your wellness right, literally try to eat right. Try to think about the right things. Try to meditate, right? Thinking about the right things. Try to really live what you're trying to be. Like, so try to do the right things, right? Like, trying to get your wellness together starts with you. Stop worrying and just start working on yourself. Just start making sure that you're in line with your goals. You're in, like, you know what I mean? Like, that's the whole thing, is when our goals are here and we're here and there's this gray matter in between and you don't really know how to close this gap, that causes a lot of anxiety and depression. A lot of discouragement. How do I close the gap? A lot of us are right there. But that's because we sitting up there worried about it and wondering about it. Don't wonder about it. Just work on it and close the gap. And close the gap. And close the gap. And just keep working to close the gap. But working is what? What is working? Working at your job? No. Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying it's not working at your job. But working on yourself. Really working on yourself. Really working on stop thinking negative shit. Stop hanging around negative people. If they ain't building you, they trying to break you. So fucking leave them alone. You know what I'm saying? Like honestly, if your job, if you trying to be an athlete and every time that's all you want to work out and you trying to keep your shit straight in your partner, that's all they want to do is smoke and drink and pop and do all that kind of shit. You got to make it. You got to make a business decision, bro. Y'all on two different paths, man. You got to cut bait on everything. If you trying to go legit and your boys is in the street constantly, and that's all they do is trying to drag you back to doing some bullshit, and that's all they doing is doing bullshit every time you talk to them, but you trying to run up with them every time you got a busy minute, boy. you doomed. Y'all going two different paths, man. You gotta cut bait. You trying to eat healthy, and your girl or whoever is just eating in your face constantly some bullshit. Now I ain't saying don't. You gotta be strong. Because somebody's constantly trying to stuff some bullshit in your face when you like, listen, no, I'm trying to really do this. You gotta, please respect my shit. And, man, fuck your diet. You gotta, man, you trying to be, stop trying to be healthy. Stop, man, you might have to, that's an influence you don't need. Wellness. What is your environment, man? Is your environment, you know, helping you grow to what you're trying to grow into? You gotta look at that. Look at what's around you. Look at who's around you. Look who you're talking to. Look who you're hanging with. Look who you're getting advice from. Let's stay focused. How do we get our wellness right? That's what Wednesday's all about. Maybe check in, man. Do a self observation. Do a little, self scouting. See who's around me. See if they helping me or hurting me. Look at the top people you hang around. The top people you talk to. Do some research. Do your own homework. How many times do you think positively about where you're going? About what you're doing? Why you're doing it? Do you allow yourself to dream? Do you allow yourself to, think about it and then get happy about it and work on it and understand what you're doing? This is why I'm doing it. Whether it's training and I'm working my ass off and I get tired and then you start thinking about it and, it's what powers you through. The love, the thought, the idea, the vision. God is dangling the cheese and you just gotta go get it. And put it in your mind, that love, that thought that got you running toward it, Spend time running toward it. Spend time envisioning that, what it is. Tasting it, feeling it, seeing how it's going to feel when you get there. Working on it. Thinking, because the big part is just working on just getting there. The journey, right? The journey is the funnest part. The journey is the funnest part. I feel like that I'm still figuring shit out. It's just crazy to see life unfold, and I'm still figuring it out. But it is insane to just watch it unfold. But you got to be willing to live it. You got to be willing to love it. You got to be willing to lose it. Very important. A lot of us are so busy trying not to lose it that you don't really live it. You won't love it. You won't chance and love it. Because you're so scared to lose it. You're just worrying about losing it. That's worrying. If you love it more, if you live it more, right? That's the whole thing. Don't worry about losing it. Worry about living it. I'm trying to give you some real talk today. Real talk on Wednesday with Coach Hayes. I'm trying to be subdued today. This is subdued. It's Wednesday. It's Wednesday. Instead of, all right, you got to go. I just want to let you understand mentally. It's not always about physical. And remember, we always talking about tapping in spiritually. Now, everybody's a God person. I get that. Whether you are into like the universe or whatever you believe, is bigger than us, though. You need to tap in with that. Tap in. It's bigger than us. So make sure you are one with what you're chasing. Hopefully you're not really chasing it. You're building. You're attracting. Can't build, can't attract if you worry. If you worry, working and building is like building a cup. It can hold, I can drink, I can eat. When I build, it's a cup. When I worry, it's here. And I can get nothing in there. I squeeze too tight. Nothing can get in there. Nothing can get out of there. I can't eat nothing. I can't drink nothing. It's solid. Okay, so I'd rather have this. 2 hands. Not worried. I'm building. I'm just building bigger hands to grab more. Right? So that's how we want to do it. Just mentally. Just want to give you some mental pointers. Right now, with my athletes going back to school and college, I offer these Zoom sessions that I do these check-ins mentally, and I think it's so important because these athletes they go away to school and they're away from their families, and some of them for the first time, but some of them is they've been away, but it never kind of gets you've been with your family for 18, 19 years, and all of a sudden you ripped away for it. Sounds good, all that freedom sounds good until you get away. And they never want to tell their parents how bad they actually miss home, how bad they start to understand why their parents did this. Then they needed that freedom, but that freedom, they probably needed a week or two. They probably some of them need a month, a couple of months. But man, when they start missing home and they start, the realities of, just being on your own and living, making your own rules and suffering the consequences of your actions, shit gets real. Shit gets real. Yeah, you're growing up in a hurry. You know what I mean? And so I offer this service where we can talk over Zoom, and I can check in with them. I have some questions for them. Every kid is different, so I understand what's going on in their life, and so I want to know what's going on in their life, from everything from working out to practice to, but just having somebody to mentally unload to while you're in school. That's not your parent. That's not the counselor. The counselors are so fucking packed up, especially when school starts. All the anxiety and depression that happens with these kids. So again, being another outlet for these kids is important. But giving them some strategies and antidotes to be able to overcome some of the stuff that's going on. It's tough being a young kid right now. It's tough. I know we don't want to acknowledge it, but they're going through some shit that we didn't go through. And so we always they're weak. These kids these days are weak. These kids, they just, it's a different time. They've been through different shit. Like we didn't go through this stuff that they're going through. We didn't have the technology that they have. It's not their fault. It's really not their fault. And it's our fault for not keeping some of that old school shit in place. So no matter what the technology is, it's like, yo, you're going to do this. So some of these places, they got it right. Like there's places that, that reject a lot of that stuff. That's not the USA. They reject, you're still going to work your ass off. Kids are still doing hella chores. Kids are still earning their ass off. Kids are working and reading and, right, like not doing social media to a certain age, only having an hour a day or that type of stuff. Like parents are still being hardcore. Over here, we're allowing the devices to raise the kids. If you're going to do that, I'd rather you send them to a trainer. I'd rather you send them to somebody that can actually have an influence in their life and they can get them off the electronics for a couple hours. They actually have a real deal influence. They can actually give them some, some guidance. If you're a parent that kind of, that unfortunately use a phone or the computer to assist parenting your kid. And some of us have to do that. I'm not trying to talk shit. But man, your better investment was get your kid with somebody alive. Get them a part of some kind of group. Get them a part of some type of something that can enrich his life and have some real socialization. Because he's going to be on the phone no matter what. She's going to be on the phone no matter what. So making sure the the wellness part of that is making sure that kid is really actually connected to something. And that's what one of the things I want to really talk about today. And I need to talk about our sponsors. I ain't talk about that. I just got right into the meat today. The number one thing, I alluded to it earlier about being a part of something bigger, not worrying, right? This type of stuff. But being connected is everything. But what happens when depression and your wellness breakdown is people start feeling disconnected. You're like you're not connected. That's like not being loved, right? Like not feeling part of a community, not feeling part of something that's bigger than you. Not right. That's why people join gangs. That's why people join cults. That's why people join churches. That's why people join teams. Right? I mean that's why they do it most of the time. That's what it breaks down to. Being a part of something bigger than you, loving to, work as a team, as a tandem, as a group. The energy is all about all that energy together. A lot of people, they love all that energy together. Some of us are light sources by ourselves, and we can spark, but you're a light source. You want somebody to shine on. So all of us need to be connected. Even if you're the light source or if you're the person that need to be shined on, you need to be connected. And when we get disconnected is when shit starts to go wrong. That's when we start to get discouraged. That's when we start to get depressed. That's when all the D words. Depressed, discouraged. You know what I'm saying? Stay connected, whether it's to your family. That's your big family unit. And so next thing you know, sometimes you get isolated from our family, you're across the country, or you did something fucked up as a kid. Now you feel like you're the black sheep, and so now that person is on the outs and kind of disconnected and have to join a different type of family, different type of connection. Now not person's in a cult, that person's going heavy in church, that person's going heavy in gangs, that person's going heavy in drugs, whatever it is, because they're not connected. Make sure you are connected. And if you know somebody that's close to you, or that was close to you, that was close to your family, and is now disconnected, try to reel them back in, man. This is the days, man. You get a call and bad shit happening because they disconnected. I got family that disconnected. I'm just happy that they connected to somebody. Unfortunately, we not talking, but I know they got family and they got people that love them. That's right there. They not disconnected from our whole family. They just disconnected from me. You know what I'm saying? So that's all right. That's all right. That's a personal preference. You don't want to fuck with me, that's fine. But long as I know they actually are connected to family, that they got kids and wife and all that, we got other family that's connected to them. So that's important. Okay. Very important. Now you can't save everybody. But this is why I'm on this podcast. So whether it's a parent that's thinking about this or it's a kid that's feeling like this, that we can start thinking about this and we can start making a move individually to help us collectively. It's on all of us individually to make these changes, to start thinking about this shit deeper, to start being a light instead of, a part of the darkness. It's shed the light on the real shit. Let's help. We start talking about how hard it is for these kids. Well, let's make it better for them. Let's teach them. Let's give them some options on how to learn, on how to feel better, on how to fill up their tank. I just want to be one of the options. So when I talk to my kids mentally, over Zoom, like I was talking about earlier, I don't know what they're hearing at school. I'm not sure how they was programmed at home. I just know that I can help them over the hump and being able to mentally unload to somebody that that cares about you and they can give you some real advice or just be a shoulder to lean on, right? Can really help. I think people don't understand because it's staying connected. They're staying connected. They're feeling loved. The relationship, the bond we had when they were here, and me teaching them and training them and guiding them and developing them, it doesn't stop. They stay connected. That I would like to think that's one of the reasons my kids are successful. Not just my biological kids, but all the kids I train, which has been thousands. Staying connected. But you got to want to do that. A lot of people, when the gig is over, okay, hour's over, see you later. You know what I mean? It's not connected. It's over. You gotta stay connected. Not just trainers, but just in general, in life. You see somebody going through some shit, it's a lot of times they're just not connected. They've become disconnected. So when you get disconnected, you don't get any energy. Think about a lamp that is disconnected. Right? It's dead. Might look good, might be tall, might be big, might have glitter on it, but is disconnected. If your house is a big beautiful house, but it's disconnected from electricity, that motherfucker's cold. You can have a big beautiful pool, it's cold, right? It ain't no heat blowing, stove ain't working, fridge ain't working, just disconnected. You know what I'm saying? The heat in the home, the food cooking, the TV on. That's a home, right? The kids playing video game. That's a home. It did lights on in the living room. You know what I'm saying? Like, bathroom. The night light. If you ain't got no power, you disconnected. Ain't none of that shit happening. You ain't got no home. That's a big ass. You know what I'm saying? You got to be connected. You got to be connected. Connected is the energy. Connecting is the energy, bro. So make sure on our wellness journey, we're staying connected. Today is about staying connected. Today is about not worrying, about working. Today is about becoming aligned. Wednesday's always going to be about certain things. Of course, I'm going to change some concepts up, but I need to nail in the fact of what the nuts and bolts of this thing, and not make it about food, bullshit. Needs to be about real deal, how to get our head right. And a lot of it, stop worrying, start working on our shit. You got great ideas in your head, and we're not doing it. Instead, you're just going to work, or going to school, or whatever the case is, worrying about what can go wrong. Get that shit out. You want to feel better. You want to have some wellness. Start working on that shit. Now, yes, it might go bad, but you start working. At least you would know. You trying to go for a goal. You trying to grind for something instead of worrying about how, man, I can get that scholarship. It's not enough. It's not. Grind for it. Work for it. See what happens. It's about that journey. The win. The win is in the try. You can't win if you don't try. I'm hammering that shit in. I'm telling you right now. I'm on your ass. There's impossible. Impossible. Let me tell you what's impossible. I always talk about what's not impossible. They talk about what's not impossible. Anything's possible, correct. But not if you don't try. Not if you get too embarrassed to try. Not if you're too lazy to try. Not if you're too tired to try. Not if you're too good to try. Right? If you soup up on your fucking horse. Because you don't know the outcome already. You don't know you're going to win already. Some of us are so scared to do shit we might lose at, that we might not be the best at. That's weak shit. That's weak shit right there. Weak sauce. Go after it. I'm telling you right now, go after it. Weak sauce. Stop worrying. Start working on it, man. Listen, I have to change my mindset. The negative energy sets in a lot because I'm trying to do a lot. And I start thinking about what could go wrong, but I start thinking about, fuck that, man. What can go right? I mean, God has just been, He's been blessing me. What about if all this shit is crazy? It just falls right into place. And so far, a lot of things have been falling into place. So think big. Think big. Have the power to meditate on something big. Think about it big. Close your eyes. Think about it. See it. Write it down. Do things to make it happen. Live your life to make that shit happen. And stop worrying. So that's the whole thing. When you sit around worrying your ass off all the time and you're not connected and you're worrying, well, maybe you are connected and you just sit around worrying. You're not trying then. The confidence comes from working and trying. The wellness, the peace of mind, the fact that you're on your journey happens because you're trying. As soon as you stop trying, you start dying. Real deal. Ooh, that's real. I'm not lying. Oh my God. I didn't make this up. This is crazy. Soon as you stop trying, you start dying. And I ain't lying. You know, that shit just come naturally out of me, spills out of me. That rhythm shit just spills out of me. It's like poetry in my veins. But it's real talk, man. It's real spill. It's real spill with Coach Will. I got you. Oh, that's my new tag. Real spill with Coach Will on Wednesdays. What's popping? Hey, we got something. Shout out to our sponsor today. Bridge City Fam. Bridge City Fathers and Mentors Program. Big time nonprofit. I am the founder, of course. So everything I do is big time. So we're a big time nonprofit. And our mission is to provide services for at-risk youth and families of at-risk youth. Mothers and fathers struggling to, put food on the table and provide positive resources and mentors on a year-round basis and teams and school fees and, father figures. Everything that is difficult, we want to find a way to bridge the gap between resources and the kids that need them and the parents that need them, the parents that depend on them. We want to be a resource. We understand that people are waiting around. I used to think that, why ain't the government doing this? Why ain't the government? Then I found out, that's not the government's job. That's not the government's job. It's people like me that's supposed to make organizations that take care of other people. So that it's on us. It's not on them. I'm always looking for them. What about them? What they gonna do? What they gonna they? Instead of what I'm gonna do. So one of my nonprofits, Bridge City Fathers and Mentors Program, we're a proud sponsor of the Hayes Hustle Podcast Show. Check us out, www.bridgecityfam, fam is in family.com. Proud sponsor. Also on Wednesday, Hayes Sports Performance. Turning potential into performance. I've been doing it for the last 20 years, helping kids accomplish their athletic goals, get to college, playing college sports. And now I really want to get into the realm of helping adults achieve their physical goals. Get on their, on their wellness journey through improving their physical well-being, improving their spiritual and mental well-being. And I think that comes by, whether we're on Zoom and working out and talking or have them here in person at the house, in my private studio and working out. And so I'm excited to get that part. And that is our Hayes Fit program. Hayes Fit. I'm really looking to help some adults feel great about themselves, get healthy, and live longer, and live a better quality of life. So, if you're an executive out there, if you're a mom, stay-at-home mom, if you're an adult and you're looking to get your fitness right and you're serious about self-investment, and workouts with me are not cheap. but they're well worth it. They're well worth it. You know what I mean? Time is everything. So there's value. My time is very valuable. I can be with my kids. I can, be spending time with my businesses or nonprofits, trying to help kids. So if I'm going to take the time to take an hour out to help you, of course, it's going to cost, but I'm going to make it well worth it, and you're going to get results. So if you need me, give me a call, 971-400-8351. Check me out on Instagram at OTA_Team Hayes. Big sponsor shot. I didn't even get to it to the end today just because I wanted to go hard into the wellness part today. Just wanted to go hard and giving you value just in case you ain't got all day. You ain't got all day to hear my sponsorship stuff at the beginning. I wanted to give you just hella value right now. Okay, so staying connected, everybody. That's really what it's all about. Staying connected. The simple shit, bro. The simple stuff. Having your family go outside and pull the weeds out the garden. Together. Cleaning the house. Staying connected together as a family. It starts there. Just forget about the community and everything else. If you ain't connected as a family, you stay connected as a family, then your family stay connected to the community. And your community stay connected to the world. Like it's energy. Don't cut yourself off. Stay connected to your dream. There's a chain of things that connect you to that, then people that connect you to that, and the energy that connect you to that. As soon as you just stop and start worrying, you're not connected to shit. Except for discouragement and depression and anxiety. So stop worrying and start getting connected. And being connected is working on yourself, connecting yourself to, okay, let me think about it more. Let me write it down. Let me meditate. That's working. Don't think people will be grinding. So you always think it's something physical. That's the easy shit to do. Go out. Let me go out, move that over here. But especially dudes love doing something physical. The hardest thing to do is to actually work on yourself. Is to realize fuck, that sounds stupid. But that's what we've been taught to do. We've been taught to do everything but the right thing. That's why this is the Light. The Light Podcast. I'm coming at your ass real fast. Hands up, give me the cash. That rapper in me. It never goes away. Just bars that lives in my head, old school shit. just living there that never dies. Y'all know my name used to be Frosty Freeze. I'm thinking about the rebirth of Freeze. As I start looking at that stupid Power show, oh my God, I gotta talk about that sometime. That Power show, I haven't watched it in a while. I think that's the thing about success. You really don't get to watch that much TV. Yeah, that's the part that kills me. I actually seen the show that I love to watch. Even this football shit that's on right now. I'm so busy staying connected to this dream that it's hard to stop, become unplugged, and do some bullshit that take me in another direction. I want to do it at 3 or 4 in the morning, but I'm here at 4 in the morning. I'm recording at 4 in the morning. So it's either fall back on this or fall back on that. What you gonna do? Priorities and sacrifices, everything. Sometimes what you want to do ain't what you need to do. Do the shit you need to do. Then you're working on being connected to your stuff, for one, your goals, your dreams, which is what you need to do. The other shit is distractions. That don't mean I won't get to watch it. I'll take some time. Like a day off. It's a cheat day, right? You stay connected to also what makes you happy. So you don't not do that stuff, but it has to be at the right time. Stay connected to the goals first, to the dreams first, to your gift first. It's an 80-20 thing. Remember we talked about this on diet. 80% real food, 20% processed food. If you're going to eat processed food, it's an 80-20 thing. Well, the same things apply to real life and doing all the right things, meditating, eating right, working out, being who you say you are. But then 20% of the time, gotta be bullshit time, playing video games, going to sports, all that kind of shit. But then 80% of the time is grind. 20% of the time, you got to have some fucking fun. You got to be doing something that you enjoy. A lot of people think it's 50-50, but then your cup's never filling up. So, you fill it up, you empty it out. You fill it up, you empty it out. That's not what we want to do. That's not what it's all about. So you want to go 80-20. So you fill it up 80-20. Now you're always gaining. That makes sense? If it's 50, I work hard, I play hard. I work hard, I play hard. That's fill it up, empty it out. Fill it up, empty it out. No, we're not gaining like that. I'm about gain tone, boy. I'm about gain tone, girl. What's up? What's up? We about gains. Huh? Yeah, we about gains. Let's go. So 80-20 is what it's all about. I work my ass off 80% of the year to kick back and bullshit 20% of the year. And that ain't like, oh man, you poor. Man, I love what I do. But I also understand I need to take time and fill up with my family and not be so serious all the time and sit back from building and take a look at the view sometime. So I do that. So I make sure I do that. So make sure you're doing that. Take a view sometime when you're building, man. You want to take it like look back and go, man, this is fantastic. Maybe have a little drink. Maybe have take a day and hey. So 80% of the time I grind. 20%. I'm in daddy land, watching my daughter and watching my son, watching my doing my thing, barbecuing and in the pool and, all that type of shit, going to Hawaii and wherever we got to travel to, all that kind of shit. I love it. I love it when we're doing it. When we're not doing it, I am fully invested in this shit though. I don't think about being on vacation. I'm not here thinking about vacation. I don't think about vacation until I get there. I live this shit fully. Because I love what I'm doing. So that's the whole key. You gotta love what you're doing. I don't even look forward to vacation. Once I get there, I love it. But the thought of stop doing what I'm doing already in this life we built, it's hard to stop. It's hard to even fathom that. So anyway, build a life you love so you'll have a life to really live. Okay? Hey, big wisdom on Wednesday with Coach Will. I love you. I hope you have a fantastic day. Thank you for listening to the Hayes Hustle podcast today. Remember, it ain't hump day if you ain't working your ass off. Make sure you're working your ass off by working on yourself. You are important. You are enough. You mean everything to me. Thank you for listening today. Coach Will, I'm out.